Yes, we are ready to press campus here for the report, and then county. All right, I already moved the motor to the advance. Everyone just says on. Once you get your stuff in mind, no problem, everything first. I'll take you out. Good, coming up.
Never got it.
No.
It will be a moment.
Okay, thank you. Unless you did walk away. All right.
You can be seated. We have a Spanish speaker and we have an interpreter on the line. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Martin Hernandez, court interpreter.
All right. With Luis Soto.
Luis Soto.
Right behind there. Okay, he's in the courtroom behind the lectern. Luis, please give me your full name and date of birth.
Luis, por favor, dígame su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
1/24 del 80. Luis Hernández Soto.
1/24/80. Luis Hernandez Soto.
All right, Mr. Soto. Let me get your matter up here.
Muy bien, señor Soto. Déjeme abrir su archivo aquí.
Where is it? There we go. Yeah, Mr. Soto, you were on felony probation. Your probation officer issued a arrest warrant for you because you violated conditions of probation with a $250 bond. Your next court date on that matter will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Señor Soto, usted está acusado de violar o de no cumplir su régimen probatorio que se le otorgó por un delito. Su oficial de probatoria libró una orden de aprehensión por usted por quebrantamiento del régimen probatorio. Hay una fianza en su caso de $250 respaldados y su siguiente comparecencia será el 11 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana en el Tribunal Superior en el centro de la ciudad.
And the reason you're here with us today is because you were arrested yesterday and charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
La razón que usted está aquí el día de hoy es porque ayer usted fue arrestado y le acusaron de posesión de droga nociva. Eso es un delito de categoría 4 y le acusan de tener adminículos para el uso o consumo de drogas. Ese es un delito de categoría 6. He asignado a un abogado de la Defensoría Pública para que le represente.
A $250 bond is set in this case also. Next court date, June 10th, at your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Tiene una fianza de $250 respaldados en esta causa y su siguiente comparecencia en este caso será el 10 de junio en el Tribunal Superior en el centro de la ciudad para la lectura de cargos por incumplimiento del régimen a prueba.
Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No.
Okay, your order's right over there.
No. Pase a recoger su papel allá.
Would you like to inquire?
Yes, sir. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Hay alguien más en la sala que necesita intérprete de español?
Oh, no takers. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
You're on his case. You guys are, I'm sorry, you're on the council's case.
No, I don't believe so, Your Honor. I'm here for the state on number 14.
Number
14.
20.
No, 14.
14.
14, is that 14? Well,
Ramos Jimenez?
okay, let me see that. Well, here, I can see it through the glasses. Okay, Eduardo. This chair is too tall. I can't get on and off of it. I have an opening statement I make to them. This is the 5 p.m. initial appearance docket. We're going to call you in here individually and tell you why you're here. When you come into this room, there's a lectern in the center of the room. Stand by that. Give me your full name and date of birth. You don't have to try to memorize what I tell you because before you leave the area, you'll receive a printed copy of a document concerning your case with all the important information to take with you. If you're someone who's here on a probation violation matter that will be heard in Maricopa County Superior Court, the Public Defender's Office is appointed at this time to represent you. If you're someone who is released, you need to be sure to read the release order carefully and comply with any conditions it may contain. For example, if the conditions include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses, and you violate those conditions, and you're taken into custody for that reason, you will not be released from custody easily again. All right, man, let me count again. Number 14, that would be Urban Ramos, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Full name and date of birth?
Urban Eduardo Ramos Jimenez, 01/30/1992.
All right, you, sir, were arrested yesterday, charged with possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. That's a Class 4 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Does the County Attorney's Office have a position concerning any release conditions for Mr. Ramos?
Yes, Your Honor. Due to the extenuating facts in this case, the state is requesting a $250,000 secured appearance bond. This isn't a simple case of a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. The defendant is a prohibited possessor, but he brought a gun into a home with kids, and not just any gun, it was an assault rifle. He stored it in his 9-year-old's bedroom, and if this gun had not been in the house, we wouldn't have had the outcome that we did, where an innocent 4-year-old girl was shot and killed. Because of these extenuating circumstances, the state believes a higher bond is appropriate. If the defendant is released, the state is requesting no contact with any witnesses. Some of the witnesses involved are family members, 2 14-year-olds and a cousin are indicated in the Form 4. And nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to follow the recommendation of pretrial services in this case, and I'm going to release Mr. Ramos on his own recognizance. It will include conditions that you just requested, including not initiating contact with any victims or witnesses. The Public Defender's Office appointed to represent him, as I said before. His next court date will be on June 19th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Do you have any questions, Mr. Ramos?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, your order. Where are the orders today?
Your Honor, maybe we'll also add no returning to the scene of the incident.
Add
which
what?
I believe is the family home.
I couldn't hear you.
Can we also add into those release conditions no returning to the scene, which I believe is the family home?
I think that's where he lives, right?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so. But witnesses, family members are present there.
Well, okay, I'm not going to include that. He's ordered not to initiate contact with them. I don't know. This is a situation we find ourselves in frequently where people live together and or in the same neighborhood or an apartment next door or in the same house. And I'm telling you, Mr. Ramon, it's important that you not initiate conversation with any of the people
Yes, Your Honor.
that were present and made statements to the police officers. Is there any, are you here on any other cases?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Not today.
Next will be, and Mr. Ramo, you can, we've got the order right there. When I'm finished with somebody, who's going to have the orders? You?
It will have yours.
Okay.
As soon as I know, I'll have everything.
Okay, thank you. All right, next will be Dwayne Ladner, and after Mr. Ladner will be Luke James. Full name, date of birth, please.
Dwayne Ladner, February 1976.
All right, Mr. Ladner, you were arrested on, well, it's alleged two different dates for these offenses. On June 1st, it's alleged you committed the offense of theft of means of transportation and a form of burglary, Class 3 and Class 4 felonies. Then on June 3rd, it's alleged that you committed burglary, also a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, taking contraband into a correctional facility, a Class 2 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your problem is this: under Arizona law, if you are arrested for a felony and pending resolution of that case, you are released, which you were on a previous felony you were charged with. And while you are on that release, you are arrested and charged with committing a new felony, which you were the last few days. You're not entitled under Arizona law to have a bond set on the new charges. And you'll be held without bond until your next court appearances, which will be June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And your order's right over there.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Luke James, and then it will be David Olivas. Full name, date of birth, please.
Luke Anthony James, 9/27/87.
All right, you're on felony probation, two separate felony convictions in Maricopa County. You're on probation in each of those cases, and on May 23rd, a warrant was issued. In each case, they allege you violated conditions of probation. In one case, the bond was $750. In the other case, it was $2,500. Your next court date in these two matters will be June 11th at 8:30 at a revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your orders are right over there. David Olivas, and then it'll be Demetrius Morton.
David Olivas, June 1992.
All right, Mr. Olivas, you are on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and on August 30th of last year, a warrant for your arrest was issued with a $250 bond. Your next court date will be your revocation arraignment hearing, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30, and your order's right over there. Demetrius Morton, and then it will be Jose Martinez. No, it'll be Lindsay Perry next. Full name, date of birth, please.
Demetrius Morton, 9/16/1988.
All right, you were previously charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. You were to be sentenced on those charges on May 13th. When you didn't show up, the judge issued a warrant for your arrest with a $1,000 cash-only bond. Your next court date will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 10th at 8:30, and your order's right over there.
Can I get the permittable or what?
I can't hear
Can I
you.
get the supervised release?
No, you're not. When you don't show up for a sentencing, that's pretty serious. And when the judge, under those circumstances, issues a cash-only $1,000 bond on the arrest warrant, it makes perfect sense to anybody that's familiar with the judicial system.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Lindsay Perry, and then it'll be Jose Martinez. Full name, date of birth, please.
Lindsay Michelle Perry, date of birth 7/18/1986.
All right, ma'am, you're on probation here in felony. I'm Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation. A warrant for your arrest was issued on May 22nd. with a $100 bond. Your next court date will be your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30. Jose Martinez, and then it'll be James Bridges. Full name, date of birth, please.
Jose Martinez, June 16th, 23.
All right, Mr. Martinez, you're on felony probation in Pinal County Superior Court. A warrant for your arrest was issued last May. It's a no bond warrant, so you'll be held without bond until your next court appearance in Pinal County Superior Court, which will be June 9th at 8:30. If you haven't bonded out, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office will pick you up in time to make that court appointment. Then the other matter, the reason you're here this afternoon is because you were arrested earlier today and charged with unlawful flight from law enforcement in a motor vehicle, a Class 5 felony, and driving while under the influence. A misdemeanor. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. In this new matter, a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 is set on this case. Your next court date, June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there. James Bridges, and then it will be John Blakeman. Full name, date of birth, Mr. Bridges.
James Samuel Bridges the 5th, 8/30/1993.
All right, Mr. Bridges, you're here because you were arrested yesterday and charged with the following offenses, one count each. Aggravated assault, causing temporary disfigurement, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, disorderly conduct by fighting, 2 counts, different counts. One is by fighting and the other is by disorderly conduct by noise. Those are misdemeanors. Criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor, and threatening and intimidating with property, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Pretrial services says you're not indigent, so an attorney won't be appointed for you, but if that's not correct, you can apply for appointment of counsel at any subsequent court proceeding. In this case, your next court date will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Let me see. Well, I set a $12,000 bond in this case. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with alleged victims or witnesses. And if an order of protection is issued, you must comply, and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. A $12,000 bond has been set. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Just one thing. That's for Blakeman. This one is Bridges.
I was going to say that none of those charges apply.
What's that?
None of those charges apply to me.
Number 3, Commissioner.
What?
I think you read one.
Hold on. Well, let me look at this a little closer. I put on the wrong glasses and it's kind of blurry.
He's number 3.
Mr. Bridges, I apologize.
That's okay.
Okay, you put your eyebrows down now. All right. You were arrested. Let me get you back up there. You were arrested yesterday and charged with a drug offense, a Class 4 felony. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. A $250 bond is set in this case. Next court date, June 10th at 8:30, Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. You were also on probation on 2 separate felony convictions at this time. And your probation officer has requested that a hold be placed on you for violations of the Term 1 violation in each of those probations. A $250 bond has been set in each of those cases. Also, June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix is your next court date in those matters. Everything I told you is printed on that form you get. right? Yeah, Mr. Blakeman.
So I am bondable?
Yes, you got a total of $750 in bonds. You can get it through a bonding company. Yeah, Mr. Bridges, and then it will be, I'm sorry, it'll be John Blackman. And after Mr. Blakeman will be Brian Ralph. Full name, date of birth?
Afternoon, sir. John Blakeman, March 16th, 1987, sir.
All right, you, sir, were arrested yesterday, charged with the following offenses: aggravated assault causing temporary disfigurement, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by prohibited person, Class 4 felony, disorderly conduct, 2 forms of disorderly conduct, one by fighting and the other by noise. Each of those are misdemeanors. Criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor, and then threatening and intimidating, a misdemeanor. Pretrial services says that you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel. If that's not correct,
no, sir.
You can apply for appointment of counsel at your next court appearance. A $12,000 bond has been set in this case. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses, and if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. Next court date, June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And your order's right over there. All right. Brian Ralph, and then it'll be Anthony Meredith. Full name, date of birth, please.
Brian Harlan Ralph, date of birth 8/16/81.
All right, you, Mr. Ralph, have child support arrest warrants that were issued out of Yavapai County Superior Court in March of last year. One, they're both cash amounts that have to be paid to purge what's due to get out of custody. One was a $600 cash only, the other was a $1,410 cash only. Your next court date will be in Yavapai County Superior Court on June 10th at 8:30. Whoops, let me get that. I didn't, it's not correct. It'll be June 9th at 8:30, all right? And if you can't appear, if you can't bond out by posting that cash, the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office will pick you up in time to make that court appearance. Anthony Meredith, and then it'll be Isaac Garcia. Full name, date of birth, please.
Anthony Quint Meredith, 6/10/66.
All right, you, sir, were arrested earlier today, charged with possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, and simple possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. As I say, the first one was a Class 2 felony, the sale. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. A $5,000 secured appearance bond is set. Your next court date will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 10th at 8:30. Isaac Garcia, then it'll be Mario Murillo.
Isaac Garcia, 7798.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you were arrested earlier today, charged with possession or transportation of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Pretrial Services says you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel. If that isn't correct, at any subsequent court proceeding, you can request appointment of counsel. Bond and set in this matter, $5,000. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And your orders are right over there.
Thanks.
Mario Murillo, and then it'll be Devin Barnum. Full name, date of birth?
Mario Murillo, 110593.
All right, you, sir, on felony probation here in Maricopa County, and a warrant was issued for your arrest for violating conditions of probation on March 26th with a $250 bond. Your next court date in that matter, where did my, here we go, will be on June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. It's your revocation arraignment hearing. The reason you're with us today is yesterday you were arrested for these offenses. A form of robbery, a Class 4 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, risking physical injury, a Class 6 felony, and obstruction by refusing to give correct name when asked by law enforcement. That's a misdemeanor. The public defender's office appointed to represent you. A secured appearance bond is set in the amount of $7,500. Your next court date is June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Conditions of your release, if you are released, is not to go back to the location where this is alleged to have occurred, and you're not to have any contact with the victims or witnesses. The order's right over there. Devin Barnum, and then it will be Ambry Carbajal. Full name, date of birth, please.
7 Elise Barnum, 4/24/1992.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested earlier today, charged with aggravated driving while under the influence. It's a Class 4 felony. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. Secured appearance bond is set in this case of $1,100. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Oh, you have other cases here. I made a mistake. Okay, no. Wait a minute. No, I take that back. Where am I? Yes, that was it. That's all you have in front of you.
Am I being released?
Yeah, no, you're not. It's $1,100. You have a number of warrants that are outstanding, so even if I released you, you wouldn't be released from this particular facility. You'd be held until other places picked you up.
Until...
All right. $1,100 bond, I believe, is what I said, didn't I?
Yeah, and so if I pay the $1,100...
You get $1,100, you'd get out of custody from us, but you have other warrants, and I can't list them now because I don't have them in front of me, but there are other warrants, and they can tell you where the holds are and how much the bonds are, okay?
Okay. So how long do I have to stay here for?
Wait. Okay, yeah. Embry Carbajal. And then it will be Devin Barnum. I thought didn't I call that already? Full name, date of birth?
10/17/86.
And your full name?
Amber Nicole Carvajal.
All right, ma'am. You were arrested yesterday, charged with the following offenses. Obstruction by refusing to give correct name, a misdemeanor, resisting arrest, risking physical injury, a Class 6 felony, unlawful taking the identity of another, a Class 3 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and theft or control of stolen property. In this case, it was listed as a misdemeanor. What happened here? 1 second. Yeah, pretrial services changed what I was going to do with this case. I'm setting a bond in that case in the amount of $1,500. God, I can't believe this. Your next court date in this matter will be on June 10th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And then, you have a matter pending. Yavapai County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest on April 4th of this year. It's a post-adjudication warrant, but the charges that were involved were drug charges and failing to stop for a police officer, I guess. The warrant that was issued on April 4th was a $5,000 bond warrant. Your next court date in that matter will be Yavapai County Superior Court, June 9th at 8:30. And if there's any conflicts, we'll resolve the conflicts so that you can make all your court appearances. Devon Barnum, and then it'll be Jose Ramirez. I think that's the lady that, was that the lady that was in here? Yes.
We're on Jose Ramirez.
Pardon me?
Jose Ramirez?
No, but the lady that was in here, I was arrested for felony DUI.
Yes, we just saw her.
Okay. My things are out of order. Well, it's still on my screen. Jose Ramirez. And then it will be Jesus Yacht Lopez. Full name, date of birth.
Jose Ramirez, December 23, 1976.
Okay, you, sir, are here because you were previously charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I think you were enrolled in the TASK program, and then you didn't complete that program, and the county attorney's office requested that prosecution be resumed, and they probably sent you notice of that, and then when you didn't show up, they issued a warrant for your arrest. Pretrial Services has talked to you about this. They recommend that you be released this time on supervised release, which I'm going to do. Your next court date in this matter will be June 19th at 8:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Your paperwork that you receive when you're released will have the phone number for pretrial services. Within a few days of your release, which will be later today, give them a call, touch base with them, okay? They're expecting you to call them.
Okay.
All right, your order's right over there. Jesus Lopez, and then it will be Damian Delgado. Full name, date of birth?
Jesus Yax, March 12, 1991.
All right, you, sir, were arrested earlier today. One count each of the following: possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony; possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony; reckless driving, a misdemeanor, and exceeding the posted speed by more than 20 miles per hour. That's a misdemeanor also. Because one of these is a felony, the possession of narcotic drugs, I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix on June 19th at 8:30. And your order's right over there.
Thank you.
Damian Delgado, and then it'll be Stacy Dickens. Full name, date of birth?
It's going to be 02/08/2006, Damian Delgado.
All right, you, sir, were arrested earlier today, charged with disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony, and discharging a firearm in the city limits, a Class 6 felony. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm releasing you on supervised release to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 19th at 8:30. Your order's right over there. Stacy Dickens, and then it'll be Maxine Schumann. Full name, date of birth?
Stacy Lee Dickens, January 23rd, 1987.
All right, ma'am. You were arrested earlier today, charged with 2 counts of disorderly conduct by fighting, misdemeanors. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Peoria Municipal Court on June 24th at 9 a.m. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or initiating contact with the alleged victim. And if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy of the order of protection, you must comply with its terms. You understand? Yes or no? Do you understand?
I'm not sure.
What don't you understand?
I can't return to my home.
Pardon me?
I can't return to my home.
Not until there's another court order. Any order that I enter for good reason in the future can be modified for good reason. But in circumstances like this, and which is unfortunate because we don't know all the circumstances except that there was probable cause of a disorderly conduct by fighting. You were the instigator and the victim lives in the house, and you can, and an attorney can be appointed at your next court appearance if you request one and the court is satisfied that you're not financially capable of hiring your own court appearance.
This is all wrong. I mean...
There you go. I don't know what else to tell you. This is every case where, unless a victim shows up and said it's okay if he or she comes home, standard conditions of release include not returning to the location where it occurred, even if it's a place that you've been living, and if an order of protection is issued, that pretty much tells you that the person that you were living with doesn't want you to come back. Yes?
Well, it's disorderly conduct because I disagreed with what the officers were doing. I didn't have a cell phone to call for help. I actually had to go to the station earlier that day because I had a couple move in with me who have a baby, and just because they have a baby, they have the right to stay there.
I read the Form 4.
I was attacked. I was physically attacked. I was the victim
based upon the information that the officer saw and the statements that were made, you were the instigator, the person, the arresting officer believed.
That's
and
wrong.
You can get an attorney, and the officer, the witnesses' statements that were made, if those aren't correct, then your attorney can help you at trial with those inconsistencies.
I have cats at home.
But
I worry about my cats.
right now, as you leave this courthouse, and I'm releasing you, you're not to go back. You can arrange to have property that you have there removed, even if it's only temporarily. I'm sure there must be a mutual friend that you have that could assist.
They don't pay rent there.
If not, you can contact local law enforcement, tell them what your situation is, and they will supervise at a specific time your removal. Okay?
All right.
All right, there you go. Your order's right over. Maxine Schumann, and then it will be House. Whoops, I got one more. Full name, date of birth, please.
Maxine Danielle Schumann, October 19, 1987.
Okay, Ms. Schumann, you were arrested earlier today and charged with aggravated driving while under the influence. You were going the wrong way on the street that you were driving on. That's a Class 4 felony. Pretrial Services says you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel, so I won't appoint one at this time. If that's not correct, you can request at any subsequent court proceeding appointment of counsel. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear Superior Court downtown Phoenix on June 19th at 8:30. And your order is right over there.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Mallory Newport is in the the office with the defendant, correct? That's okay, if they want to keep talking, I'll put the house calls on the record, but let them know we're gonna be ready quickly. Absolutely.
Just hold it right there.
Full name, date of birth, please. Full name, date of birth,
Mallory Newport, 8/11/89.
and present with counsel.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge. Dominic Calise with the Law Office of DM Cantor on behalf of Mallory Newport.
All right. Is the county attorney's office appearing on this case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I have, and I just got this before I took the bench, because there was like 2 hours left at this time, 2 hours and 6. So we have to see somebody within 24 hours, and the next docket isn't for 3 hours. So the time would have expired. That's why we rushed you in here. And let me tell you what I have. These warrants were issued out of Indiana. I think all of them were. Let me look at the warrants here. The first warrant that I have was a no bond warrant. It was for, let me look at that. Page 2. Yeah, it was for felony charges of failure to appear, I believe, possession of methamphetamine, possession of narcotic drugs, and unlawful possession of or use of a legend drug, knowingly possessing it. This warrant it says it's issued without bond, but in order for it to be without bond here, in order to me affirm that, it has to be something that we would, under the laws of the state of Arizona, hold somebody without bond. So I will set a bond in this case. The bond in the other cases are, I believe, $4,000 cash bond. If I'm not mistaken, counsel, did you look at that?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Tell me why I shouldn't use that number for this number one that was supposed to be a no bond.
So, Judge, we would ask that this court issue a substantially lower bond of $500 for Ms. Newport. So she and her boyfriend, they live here in Arizona, Judge. She works at Denny's. She doesn't have the financial means to post a higher bond. She does want to resolve this matter by setting a bond in an amount that she or her boyfriend can actually post. It puts her in a position where she can take care of this matter in Indiana, Judge. She has retained private counsel for the purposes of today. She's going to take the steps necessary moving forward to resolve the warrant in Indiana. And so for those reasons, Judge, and just given her financial limitability and her boyfriend's limitability, we asked for a reduced bond.
All right, thank you. But I can't presume to know more about your client and her cases than the judge who issued the warrants at this stage of proceedings. What I'm going to do is issue a $4,000 cash-only warrant in this case also, the one that was where she was to be held with no bond. So all four cases, the bond will be, whoops, something I didn't enter, you're right. All right, so I'm going to enter that she does not waive cash only bond, $4,000. And the next court date in all three of these will be in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, all 4 of them, on June 16th at 1:30. I just need a moment to execute the release or non-release order. I can appreciate your concern, but in cases like this where we know nothing about the case other than the arrest warrants that are issued, and if they're fortunate enough to have an attorney, what the attorney can assist us with, and let me get this. Unfortunately, it frequently is no more than is apparent on the face of the arrest warrants. So there'll be 4,000 times 3 cash only at this stage. And the same court date for all of them will be June 16th at 1:30, and we'll print you out a copy in just a moment. We'll have that for you in just a moment, and she can have a seat back in there, and you can sit down, counsel, in here. All right, the house call. Whoops, I have.
We have one more defendant.
Yeah, it's Carrie Jo Kinney, correct? Yes. Carrie Jo Kinney. All right, full name, date of birth, ma'am. Full name, date of birth?
Excuse me, sorry. Curie Joe Kenny, 6/21/97.
All right, ma'am. You're here because on October 10th of last year, Apache Junction's municipal court issued a warrant for your arrest for when you failed to appear with a $750 cash-only bond. Your next court date now will be June 6th at 8:30 in Apache Junction Municipal Court. That's just a day and a half away. And if you haven't bonded out to make that court appearance, the county sheriff for Apache Junction, I can't remember what, or law enforcement from Apache Junction Municipal Court will pick you up in time to make that court appearance, all right? And we'll have the order for you. That's okay. I just filled it out. Well, this was just added on to my docket. She has 1 hour and 27 minutes left. We have to see you every 24 hours, within 24 hours. And that expires in 1 hour and 27 minutes, and we have a docket every 3 hours, so that's why you're on this docket.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, I guess I have one house call. Christopher Looney. He is here because he's here on a fugitive warrant. And Mama. I think I signed these warrants in each case.
You signed them if they're not present in court. You don't get a chance.
I understand. And I will explain to him when I do the house call. But on the record, these warrants were from Mr. Looney. Where am I? Number 16. It was from Texas, I believe. No, Tennessee. It was issued on August 12th of last year It had a $50,000 cash-only bond. Because he was disruptive before this hearing, they decided to place him back in his cell. In that case, I set a $50,000 cash-only bond. Next court date will be June 16th at 1:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. He also has another warrant. This one's from Texas, I believe. It was issued on August 16th of last year. It had a $40,000 bond, I believe. Let me get no. It had a $50,000 cash offer. Let me see. Yes. Well, bond is set in that case a $50,000 cash only. Also. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Looney, his other arrest warrant came in August of last year with a $50,000 or $40,000 bond. His next court date will be June 16th at 8:30 Superior Court, 1:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. All right. I'm done.
Yeah, it will. It will. Good job. How about that? All right, once the judge comes in, I will ask you to stand, and then the judge will have you sit down, okay? You go there. See, it's gonna be a honorable Ken Kick, will be presented. This is being voted. Should be good. All right. You can be seated. This is the 8 p.m. initial appearance docket. We're going to call you in here individually and tell you why you're here. When you come into this room, there's a lectern. Stand behind that. Give me your full name and date of birth. I'll be giving you important information regarding your case. You don't have to try to memorize it because before you leave the area, you'll receive a printed copy of a document that contains all the important information concerning your case to take with you. If you're here on a probation violation matter that will be heard in Maricopa County Superior Court, Public Defender's Office is appointed at this time so that you'll have counsel at your next court appearance. If you're someone who is released, make sure that you thoroughly read the release order and comply with any conditions it may contain. For example, if the conditions include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses, and you violate those conditions and you're taken into custody for that reason, you will not be released from custody easily again. All right, we'll start with Brandon Neves, and then it will be Jameson Jar. Full name, date of birth? Full name, date of birth, please.
Brandon Nieves, July 13th, 2004.
All right, you are here on 3 separate matters. You were on felony probation. A revocation arraignment schedule was set on April 9th. A hearing was to be heard, the arraignment. You didn't show up. They issued warrants for your arrest in each case with a $1,000 bond. Your next court date in the probation violation matters will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Then you also, the county attorney's office has filed a direct complaint against you, charging that you committed on January 29th of this year possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. This warrant was issued on May 28th with a $1,500 bond. Your next court date in that matter will be, and I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in that also, Next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, and your orders are right over there. Officer, do you have the order? Okay. Orders are right over there. Yeah, when you go back in there to sit down. You had Jameson Jar, and then it will be Manuel Rodriguez. Full name, date of birth?
Jameson Carr, June 10, 2001.
All right, you, sir, are on felony probation for three separate felony convictions. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and on November 18th of last year, warrants for your arrest were issued in all three with $250 bonds in each case. Your next court date in these matters will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order is right over there. Manuel Rodriguez, and then it'll be Brandon Tishy. Full name, date of birth?
Manny Rodriguez, 1178.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're on felony probation in Maricopa County Superior Court, and they contend you violated conditions of probation on May 30th. A warrant for your arrest was issued with a $250 bond. Your next court date, June 11th at 8:30, and your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Brandon Tishy, and then it will be Christopher Long. Full name, date of birth?
6582. Brandon Tishy.
Full name, date of birth, please.
Huh?
Full name, date of birth.
Brandon Tishy, 61282.
All right, Brandon, you are on felony probation for two separate felony convictions here in Maricopa County. A warrant for your arrest was issued for violating conditions of probation, one on May 12th and the other on May 20th, with a $250 bond in each case. Next court date, revocation arraignment hearing, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30. And your order's right over there. See me where I'm pointing? Hello?
I'm not being released.
Your order's right over there. Christopher Long, and then it'll be Garrett George. Full name, date of birth?
January 23rd, 1987.
And your full name?
Christopher Scott Long.
All right. You're on felony probation in three separate cases, three separate convictions in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and a warrant was issued in each case on April 4th with a $250 bond. Your next court date will be your revocation arraignment hearing, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30. And your order's right over there.
Thank you, sir.
Garrett George, and then it'll be Cameron Crawford.
Morning.
Full name, date of birth?
Garrett George, 1033.
All right. You, sir, are on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They issued a warrant for your arrest on May 23rd with a $750 bond. Your next court date will be your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30. And your order's right over there. Cameron Crawford, and then it'll be Austin Fitch. Full name, date of birth, please.
Cameron Crawford, March 6, 2000.
All right, Mr. Crawford, you are on felony probation in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation on May 16th. The warrant for your arrest was issued with a $100 bond. Let me get this right here. Your next court date will be a revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix on June 11th at 8:30. So if you bond out just $100, You bond out, make sure you show up on that date and time, and you ought to contact your probation officer and let him or her know you bonded out. All right?
Is that the 4th Ave jail?
What's that?
That's the Superior Court?
Yes, downtown Phoenix. The address is on everything that you need to know.
I'll be on my paperwork.
You get it all right there, right now.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Austin Fitch, then it'll be Feline James. Full name, date of birth?
Austin Fitch, June 6, 93.
All right, you are here because you were arrested earlier today, charged with 1 count each of the following: possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony; possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony; possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony; and possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. The Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. You are also on federal probation, and there should be a federal probation hold placed on you. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I set a $500 bond. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix on this charge that you were arrested on earlier today. All right? And your orders are right over there. Feline James, and then it'll be Canela Montijo. Full name, date of birth, please.
11/3/96.
And your full name.
Feline Monique James.
All right. How do you pronounce the first name?
Feline.
Feline?
Yes.
All right. You on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and on May 19th, a warrant for your arrest was issued with a $250 bond. Your next court date now will be June 11th at 8:30. Revocation arraignment hearing in downtown Phoenix Superior Court. You also have a new charge against you. The county attorney's office has filed a direct complaint charging you with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. This is alleged to have occurred on February 1st of this year. When they issued the arrest warrant, the judge who issued it set a $1,000 bond. Your next court date will be, and I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Next court date, June 10th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix.
Is there any way that I could get OR'd, because I have a baby I have to take care of, and I gotta go to work.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm the only one who takes care of my kid.
I would tell you that first off, you're on felony probation, and if I read the petition to revoke, it'll probably, here, I'll tell you what it says.
Because I have nobody else to take care of my kids.
Defendant failed to report to adult probation within 72 hours of resentencing as requested. Attempts to locate you since January 21st were not successful. You did not provide safe access. You did not reside in the residence approved by adult probation, and they don't know where you've been since January 21st. This is what the judge had before him when he signed the arrest warrant. And then in the other case, I'll bet that they mailed to you something to come in. Now, here we go. I guess they didn't, because of your record, and they know that you had not responded to the probation violation, or when you got released.
I went to the res for a little bit because my sister passed away.
Well, what happens is, when you were whenever it was that you had contact with law enforcement on February 1st of this year, probably, because that's what it says. They told you, and they gave you a court date, they probably changed the court date, and they told you to check with the court system. Then they would give you a new date, and they probably mailed a summons to you at the address you gave to them.
No, when the when I got arrested on the first, the officers never told me about my charges.
They didn't do that in this case. You're right. Usually that's what's happened.
Yeah, if I would have known that, I would have did that, but I didn't know
I'll
nothing.
tell you what I'll do. I'm going to reduce the new charge, the bond set of the new charge, because almost always when they've had contact with you and the evidence that they had was what led to the charge of possession of dangerous drugs, they tell you, make sure that you let us know what your address is, because we're going to mail a summons to you.
Nothing. They just arrested. It was me that arrested me.
Well,
and
all right. So
I didn't have. What's crazy is the new charges of the.
I'm going to reduce the bond in this case to $50 because that isn't what happened here. But the probation violation matter is pretty reasonable. And you can always contact your probation officer. They'll let you use phones here and explain to him or her why you think you should be released. But tonight, I'm not going to do it. So nothing's changed except the bond in the new drug charge is $50 now.
So, I'm staying?
You're staying.
Okay, well, is there any way I can get my probation officer's information?
Is anybody what?
Is there any way I can get my probation officer's information? I've never had a probation officer. I don't know.
I'm sorry, what?
It's gonna be in the paperwork.
It's gonna be what?
In the paperwork.
Oh, in the paperwork, yeah, everything I've told you is on a printed order that you're gonna get right now to take with you. All right, there you go. And you can call your probation officer. You should have his or her number, and they will tell you, by the way, here, let me do this. I will give you the number.
Yeah, I never knew I had
Well, they're
probation.
gonna write it on the order, okay? I want you to be able to, here, let me get the petition to revoke. Where is it? This is 31, okay. Hold on a second here. Okay, here's the petition to revoke. All right. The petition was filed by Julia Walker, and her phone number at the probation department is 602. You guys writing this on the, please? Yeah, Julia Walker, and her phone number is 602-339-6911. And that will be on the paperwork we give you.
And I can call it from the jail, correct?
What's that?
I can call it from the jail?
You what?
I can call her from the jail?
Yes, you can. They let you use phones here. If you have a number, unfortunately, they don't give you your cell phone back, so you wouldn't know all the numbers that you normally have. But and they don't have phone books anymore either, I don't think. So everything you need to know to call your probation officer is on that order. All right, Canela Montijo, then it'll be Carla De Leon. Full name, date of birth?
Canela Renee Montejo, 2102.
All right, you were arrested earlier today, charged with aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm concerned about the assault was with a dangerous weapon. I'm going to set a $5,000 bond in this case. If you are released, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with the alleged victim. And if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, You must comply with its terms. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there.
Okay, thank you.
Carla De Leon, and then it'll be John Plaster. Full name, date of birth?
Carla De Leon, 10/9/92.
All right, ma'am, you're here because you were found guilty, I guess, of shoplifting, a misdemeanor in West Mesa Justice Court. They imposed a fine, and this incident is alleged to have occurred in February of 2019, so it's kind of an old case. This is your second arrest in this case. They issued the warrant in October of 2022. We had a $500 bond. Because this is your second arrest, I reduced it to $100. Your next court date will be in West Mesa Justice Court on June 9th at 8:30. If you bond out, make sure you show up.
Okay, thank you.
John Plaster. And then after Mr. Plaster will be Matthew Grubb. Full name, date of birth, please.
John Plaster, 7/13/1968.
All right, Mr. Plaster, you were arrested yesterday and charged with one count of these violations, criminal violations. Possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. Possession of a weapon in the commission of a drug offense, a Class 4 felony. Possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. Possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. Carrying a weapon, commission felony, committing a felony, Class 6 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. A $1,200 bond is set. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 at Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Sir, could I ask about pretrial services? We release ankle monitor or something?
No, I think, given your record, I think the $1,200 is pretty reasonable. It's a secured appearance bond you can get through a bonding company. Your next court date will be June 10th, which is like 5 or 6 days from now. At that time, I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you if the judge that you see next believes that you should have a modified conditions of release that you had here. They'll do it. All right, Matthew Grubb, and then it'll be Deborah Valenzuela.
How you doing tonight, Your Honor?
Better than you, probably.
It's pronounced Groovy, by the way.
Huh?
It's pronounced Groovy.
Okay. You are here because, let me get, what's number 22? You are here because you, while a prisoner, either possessed or made contraband, a Class 2 felony. This warrant was issued on May 15th with a $50 bond. Mr. Gruby, I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court date will be June 10th at 8:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, no, you can't go anywhere else that I have any control over, like back to the joint.
No, I know that. You say I got a Class 2 felony for making...
Well, it's called a Class 2, yeah, it's a Class 2 felony.
Right, for...
Possession or making contraband.
Contraband, right, Class 2 felony, but you got all these other dudes that got guns and dope and all that, and they got Class 4 and 5. No, I was just asking a question.
Yes.
Why is that a Class 2?
Why don't you write the legislature? Probably because they want to discourage people who are in custody of the Department of Corrections from making drugs.
Making drugs?
Well, it says either you possessed it or made it.
Oh.
Contraband.
Contraband, but that's contraband, not drugs.
Well, under the title of contraband is a list of things.
All right.
That probably guns, weapons, a lot of things.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right. Thank you very much.
You bet. Where was I? Number 22. Deborah Valenzuela, then it'll be Ronald Chmielewski. Full name, date of birth, please.
Deborah of the Valenzuela, 6/5/72.
All right, and you were previously charged with, let me get this up here. On May 7th of 2025, you had been charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6. There was a status conference scheduled for May 22nd. You didn't show up. They
No, I
issued
had a
a warrant for your
emergency,
arrest.
yes. I had a family emergency, and
You
then
know how many failures to appear you have in criminal cases?
Just one?
10. Before this one.
Oh,
That's why the pretrial services recommended that the amount of bond that was set by the judge that you were to appear before stay in place. Your next court date now will be June 10th at 8:30.
Is there any way they can reduce
No, there is some way. You can bond out, or you can, if you'd have shown up.
I promise I'm
listen, 10 failures to appear, that's almost that's not a record. But it's pretty close to it. I mean,
Judge, may I say
you got to live a long time and being charged with various crimes to have 10. Most people, by the time they have that many, they're pushing up daisies. The only reason they don't have 11 or 12. All right,
I've changed my life, and that's why. And when I missed
What's that?
I've changed my life, and when I missed that court date, I did try to call them and everything, and I missed the call to redo.
You tell, the public defender's office represents you, explain it to them, and they can very often get a modification of conditions of release. But in this case,
is there a way you can reduce the bond?
I can, but I'm not going to, okay? Your order's right over there.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yes. What?
In her paperwork, it's showing that you released her OR.
No, hey, officer. Yes, sir. I gotta modify that because.
Yes, of course.
Yes, I don't, hold on. Somebody changed the pretrial services did. Hold on, let me edit it. All right, now, all right. Thank you for pointing that out.
So am I OR or?
No, the $500, sometimes pretrial services does things after I've already decided what should be done. And anyway, Ronald Chmielewski, and then it'll be Onaman Timmerman. What's that? What?
It didn't state the bond.
It didn't?
No.
God damn it, hold on. Hold on one second. One second. Yeah, you stay there. I just makes me mad. No. I'm gonna edit it. 500. Save. Oh, error regarding counsel. Oh, God. That's what happened. And counsel had already been appointed. I don't understand this. It should be okay this time. Tell me if it's not. Okay?
Now it's.
All right. Ronald Chumanowski, and then it'll be Autumn Timmerman. Full name, date of birth,
4/29/67.
and your full name.
Ronald Scott Chmielewski.
All right, Mr. Chmielewski, you were arrested yesterday, or earlier today, charged with 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felonies, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court on June 19th at 8:30, and your order will be right over there.
Thank you, sir.
Autumn Timmerman, and then it'll be Jaron Houston. Full name, date of birth?
Autumn Timmerman, February 27th, 2006.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested earlier today, charged with aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. Pretrial services that you said you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel. If that's not correct, you can request at any subsequent court proceeding for appointment of counsel. The victim in this case provided us with a statement that from which I think it can be reasonably inferred that it's okay if you come back, okay? You understand?
I don't understand, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I don't understand, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's your choice.
Oh, I'm just asking, it's my,
The victim, frequently what you do is if somebody has committed aggravated assault on a significant other, and they're arrested, they frequently have a bond set and told not to go back. In this case, from the statement that we received, I think it supports a reasonable inference that it's okay if you go back. When you're released, if you don't want to go back, that's your business.
I understand, sorry, I just need more clarification.
So it's entirely up to you. But I would, if you can avoid any contact, I don't know how to tell you to do that. That's part of your personal problem, and I hope everything works out. But I'm going to release you. Your next court date will be June 19th at 8:30. There you go. And if an order of protection is issued, and I doubt it based upon that statement, but if it's issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. All right? There you go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Jerome Houston, and then it'll be Jeffrey Spence Patrick. Full name, date of birth?
Jerron Houston, 1910-489.
All right, you, sir, were charged earlier today, or yesterday, rather, with 2 counts of aggravated driving while under the influence. And the reason it's aggravated and it's not a misdemeanor is because you had 2 passengers, or a passenger under the age of 15. That makes it a felony. Pretrial services said that you are financially able of hiring your own attorney. If that's not correct, at the next court appearance, you can request appointment of counsel. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court downtown Phoenix on June 19th at 8:30. Everything is printed on that form that you need to know.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. Jeffrey Spence Patrick, and then it will be Craig Kielbar. Full name, date of birth.
Jeffrey Lynn Spence Patrick, born September 17th, 1981.
All right, you, sir, are here because you were arrested earlier today and charged with violating an order of the court, a mandate of the court. There's an order of protection, I guess, has been filed. You've been served with a copy. That's a misdemeanor the first time. Then If it gets violated again, it becomes a felony after the second or third one. Also, you were charged, that's a misdemeanor, you were charged with disorderly conduct by fighting, a misdemeanor, and criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor. Pre-trial services says you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in surprise municipal court on July 1st at 1:30. Conditions of your release include following the order of protection you were served with.
I don't think there is an order of protection, but it was release conditions that I was.
Let me look. There.
Because we both filed orders.
Well, I know, but I don't, let me look at the, she said, well, what she said was in her statement, yes, there was an order of protection that I have issued and he was served with, but I decided to let him come over. As basically, I think this is the case where she said that.
I think she's misspoken, but I understand what she's saying.
Let's see. Maybe this isn't the case. One of the cases.
Yeah, we both filed orders of protection against each other in different courts, and so then we both dismissed them. But
Did you dismiss them? Because they usually make sure that they are in effect when they arrest people.
Yeah, no, I think it was release conditions, maybe that.
No, well, the thing is, they won't dismiss it if you're not there to cooperate.
Yeah.
All right, and they usually, the way these are dismissed is when both parties go in front of a judge so they can see you, swear you in.
Yeah, I saw the paperwork where it was released.
One second, let me look at this. Oh, no, that's going to be a screwy thing. That's not going to work. No.
Regardless, I should probably not be at the house around her right now anyway.
On the records, it wouldn't let me on.
Yeah.
All right, I can't tell you, but they usually.
Regardless, I shouldn't be there right now.
Well, but what happens is law enforcement checks somebody, in the office, checks to make sure that the order of protection is still in place. So I guess you've got to be careful.
Yeah.
You better find out.
Yeah.
You go back again.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go stay with my parents for the summer until all this is taken care of.
All right, good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
21, where was I? 21. Where am I? Oh, I'm way down here. All right, Craig Kilber, then it'll be Ramon Vargas. See, look at this. When I tried to go look in the record to see if, don't tell me I have to log on again. Don't tell me that. Let me see. Hold on, I gotta log on again. Be right with you. Take me a minute. I hate this. For some reason, when I try and check those records on my own, and it's a lower court record, so that's what happens.
Did you get anything? I was curious from my probation officer.
Well, hold on, I'm trying to do something, okay?
Sure.
I'm not a skilled typist.
Yeah, you're good. That's cool, no, good.
All right. All right. Okay, you are Autumn Zimmerman?
Zimmerman?
Well, hold on. What did you, that's the first name that pops up here. You are Craig Kilmer, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, usually when I've gone through a case, it's blacked out, and that's the first name was when I logged on.
Good name to have.
Full name, date of birth?
December 6, 1998, Craig James Calvary.
All right, let me get 23. All right. Let me see here. You were, where am I? Okay. You were charged with assault, misdemeanor assault. Earlier today, I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Arrowhead Justice Court on June 24th at 2 p.m. Conditions of release include not to the scene of the alleged crime, not have contact with the alleged victims or witnesses, and if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. There you go.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Thank you.
German Vargas, and then it'll be Joanza Home. Oops, there's a house call. Full name, date of birth, please.
Yes, sir.
Full name, date of birth?
German Vargas, 9/7/1970.
All right, you have a warrant issued for your arrest from the Encanto Justice Court. It was issued on October 9th of last year. This is your first, the charges were driving on a suspended or revoked charge. This is your first arrest in this case, this misdemeanor, so I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Encanto Justice Court June 19th at 1:30. Next time you won't be released, so show up.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. All right, house calls. Number 28. That's not even on my list. Joanne, I don't have a 28 on my list here. All right. Where am I? 28, 28, 28. All right. Joanza Holmes has a probation violation arrest warrant issued June 2nd with a $7,500 bond. Next court date will be, that's what happened. All right. Court date will be June 11th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Then there's a grand jury arrest warrant charging this defendant with failure to register as a sex offender. That's why he's in the bottom of the document. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent him. Secured appearance bond that was set by the grand jury, $1,000. Next court date will be, where? It will be June 11th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Then, Daniela McCabe was arrested earlier today and charged with shoplifting. I don't see that there were any other arrests for this. I'm releasing her on her own recognizance to appear, and I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent her. Next court date will be June 19th at 8:30. Lastly, Lonnie Crow. Probation violation arrest warrant issued January 3rd with a $100 bond. Next court date will be June 11th at 8:30. Revocation arraignment. All right, now. Doo-doo.
So the judge comes in, I'll say, all rise, everyone will listen to the law, the judge will say, make sure you're not talking out here, what is going on, even whispers. And everything in here is all over just like that before you say. Anything you say in here is not what we hear you in this case, as well as future court. All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 11 p.m. calendar on June 4th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will get an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second thing, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you. So please save your legal questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates, different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or if you don't follow a court order, you could end up back here. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's finished. Can I please get Don Ray Powell to the podium? Vanessa Quiroz to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Don Ray Powell, 1883.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 10th for both of your matters. I am affirming the bond set by your original judge. $500 cash bond on the first one, $1,000 cash bond on the second. But sir, please don't try to pay those bonds. They transported you from DOC. And so what's going to happen is you're going to finish your cases up here first, then they're going to just transport you back to DOC. So please don't try to pay your bonds because they won't let you out. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Vanessa Quiroz to the podium. John Millward to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Vanessa Quiroz, 12185.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the request of your judge, I'm going to be holding you non-bondable at this time on both your cases due to the violations of your probation. So again, June 11th is your next court date. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
I've been in custody in Pima County for about 23 days now.
Okay.
Does that count towards anything? I was picked up on the warrants for the probation violation, and I've been in their custody since this morning. Maricopa County picked me up this morning.
Yeah, so they haven't known where you've been since October 2024. That's what your probation officer was saying. And so that is why, I don't know why your probation judge wants to hold you non-bondable, but
okay.
Yeah, it's been longer than just the past 24 days. That's why.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. John Millward to the podium. Denzel Smith to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
John Vincent Millward, October 8th, 1967.
Thank you. You're here today on the failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court dates are going to be June 10th and June 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your original judge. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. But sir, please don't try to pay that bond because you're being held on a DOC hold. And so once you're done with the case here, they'll just transport you back to DOC. If you try to pay that bond, they're not going to let you out.
All right.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Denzel Smith to the podium. Joel Carson to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Denzel Smith, 06/22/1997.
Thank you. You're here today on 3 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date's going to be June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the request of your judge, I'm going to be holding you non-bondable at this time due to the violations of your probation. So your next court date's going to be June 11th when you're going to see your probation violation judge again.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Joel Carson to the podium. Isaiah Perez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
5/11/1965.
Name, please.
Name?
Yeah, yes, please.
Joe Carson, Joe McClain Carson.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. Charges have been refiled in your case, and so at this time, I'm not assigning new counsel. You're going to go back to the attorney you had before. Forming the cash bond set by your original judge is a $1 million cash bond. If you're able to post that bond, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. You're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact to any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, sir. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Isaiah Perez to the podium. Sean Yeslith to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Isaiah Perez, June 15th, 1993.
Thank you. You're here today on a grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, Class 2 felony, 3 counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony. These were alleged to have occurred back in October of 2021. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the grand jury, it's a $100,000 cash bond. If you're able to bond out, pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring, no contact with any co-defendants, and not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. But please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Okay.
Sean Yeslith to the podium. Joshua Keller to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Sean Yeslith.
Date of birth, please.
10/15/85.
Thank you. You are here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning a new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court dates are June 10th and June 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. On your first case, affirming the bond set by your judge, it's a $10,000 cash bond. Second case, also a $10,000 cash bond. If you're able to post that bond, in both cases, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. Please step to your left, sir. Joshua Keller to the podium. Kieran Bates to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Joshua Keller, June 25th, 1999.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back in December of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the grand jury, it's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Then you also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500, so a total of $5,500 for both of your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Tiran Bates to the podium. Edgar Varela to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Tiran Bates, 12/16/01.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning a new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date's June 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. From the cash bond set by your judge, it's a $2,000 cash bond. If you're able to bond out, pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Edgar Varela to the podium. Noah Crothers to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Edgar Varela, 1239.
Thank you. You're here today on 4 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge, $350 on the first one, $350 on the second, $750 on the third, and actually, sorry, you're also here on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates on that are going to be June 10th and June 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. For this case, I'm setting a secured appearance placeholder bond of $50. For all your cases, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Noah Crothers to the podium. Chase Mariscal to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Noah Crothers, 52102.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. $750 on one, $750 on the second one. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing is if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Chase Mariscal to the podium. Brianna McKnight to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Chase Damian Mariscal, 22495.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date's June 10th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your original judge, it's a $700 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Brianna McKnight to the podium. Tevin Watkins to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Brianna McKnight, 10/22/1976.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. Probable cause has previously been found to hold you on possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back in October 2021. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 10th and June 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a placeholder bond of $50 on your new case. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge is a $500 secured appearance bond, so total $550 for both your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
I have a question.
Sure.
I was extradited from Pima County. I just served a year there, and I got sentenced to 5 years IPS. Does that account for here, or?
No, that's just in Pima, so you got to finish up your stuff here in Maricopa County first, and then Pima, you'll have to take care of your Pima stuff afterwards.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Please
you.
step to your left. Tevin Watkins to the podium. Hakeem Weeks to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Tevin Watkins, 3393.
Thank you. You're here today on 3 municipal court warrants and 1 justice court warrant. So for your first one, let me see where they're at. let me start with your Justice Court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 10th. That's at the Manny C Justice Court. Lowering your bond to $200 secured. And then you have 3 Peoria City Court warrants. All of those are going to be on June 10th. That's at the Peoria City Court. I'm lowering those bonds to, for all 3 of them, $400. So total for all your cases together, $500 secured. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Want to please step to your left for paperwork?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So secure bond, is that I have to pay a percentage of that? Or do I have to pay the whole
Correct,
thing?
percentage. You can use a bond company for that.
So $500, I just got to pay 50?
So it's not, people think it's just 10%. It's somewhere between 10 and 15% because every bond company is different.
So basically like maybe $100 I'll be able to bond.
Something like that, because they charge you fees and stuff like that too, though. So people forget about that too.
Okay, and why am I not getting OR?
Because you've got 4 open cases and I lowered your bonds by a lot, and so.
No, and the only reason why I have them open cases because a lot of them cases, I never got the paperwork to come back to court.
So sir, that's the thing. I have no idea what city courts do. All I have is a warrant in front of me. And so because of city court warrants though, and I see how recent some of those are, I lower them for you, but at this point, I can't make it nothing.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Please step to your left. Hakeem Weeks to the podium. Annalie Lopez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Hakeem Travis Lease Gooch, January 16, 1998.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
You said how much was the bond?
500 secured, so you can use a bond company, sir.
All right.
All right, sir?
Yeah.
All right, please step to your left for your paperwork. Annalie Lopez to the podium. Alex Maybrier to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
12/29/1989.
Name, please.
My name is Annalie Lopez.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge, $250 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork now?
Thank you.
Alex Maybrier to the podium. Ricky Higgins to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Alex Maybrier, 6/11/81.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 11th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's $100 secured for each case, so total $200 secured. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
Okay, I had tried to contact them. I went to Cass, and then they told CBI, and then they told me to go to 27th Avenue, and there was nobody at 27th Avenue. And then I found somebody at 27th and Chandler, Behavioral Health, and they said go to the southwest corner of 27th Avenue and Indian School. There's nothing there. So I tried to check in, and I couldn't.
So let's see here. Your PO said you failed to report within 72 hours of your release back from May 15th.
That was the next morning after I got released. I went down there.
And then they also said that you did not reside in the residence approved by the Adult Probation Office.
I'm hopeless.
So I don't know what address or corner you gave them, because you can give
That's what CBI, they told me to go to CBI down at Cass, and then they picked up one, and then they said go there.
Gotcha. Sir,
Yeah.
I have no idea why your probation officer is asking for the warrant, so June 11th is when you can talk to him and see about.
I'm just saying, I can't check in if there's no place where they tell me to go.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, we called him. That's where he told me to go.
Gotcha. All right,
That's where I
sir.
went.
Ricky Higgins to the podium. Name and date of birth, please.
Ricky Higgins, 09/07/1988.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, Class 3 misdemeanor. I have on probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you. There's some conditions to your release. First of all, you're going to be at supervised release. Second, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
I do.
Do you promise to follow these conditions?
I do.
Do you promise to appear on June 19th and June 23rd in the downtown Superior Court?
I do.
Do you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
I do.
All right. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out during normal business hours. If you fail to call them, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
I do.
All right. Thank you. Please touch your left ear.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, I guess, trespass in a way.
All right, sir. So, remember our little talk about this case, about everything in here is video recorded and stuff like that? So you don't want to talk about the facts of your case and admit to anything, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. So you're going to be released in about 4 to 5 hours. Make sure to contact pretrial services, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. For the last two individuals, I'll be visiting the back of their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Everett Wells, date of birth 3/18/1959, is here on a justice court warrant and a fugitive of justice warrant, as to his justice court warrant. I am assigned counsel. The next court date is June 9th in the Desert Ridge Justice Court. Sending cash bond of $300. If he's able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. As to his fugitive of justice warrant, his fugitive of justice hearing will be on June 16th in the downtown Superior Court, sending a cash bond of $25,000 if he's able to bond out, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Collier Brown, date of birth 4/2/2002, here on a Superior Court new case, arrested for theft of means of transportation. That should be a Class 2 felony. Reprint, please. Arrested for theft of means of transportation, Class 2 felony. Have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. She'll be, upon her promise to appear, she'll be placed on supervised release, pretrial services, electronic monitoring, may not return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting these individuals back at their cell, if I'm to make any changes to these release conditions, I'll make those changes on the record. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar.